It's Jonah Lomu.
Very good.
The land of the long white cloud, for anyone wondering, is Aotearoa. How do you say it?
Aotearoa, mate.
Which is the Maori name for New Zealand, of course.
Exactly.
What brought you to these parts? The better rugby?
No, no. You're talking to the worst New Zealand rugby player I've ever come across, and I've got people will say that. Well, I met my wife in Skibbereen in Australia when I went over, and we came over to Ireland, and I've lived here for 20 years now. So yeah. And
you're up and running with a business venture that we'll talk about in a moment, because you've got a little tasting that you hope people might check out Thursday night. You've done some charity work down west. She says you're all round a good guy who deserves some goodness going back in your direction, Matt. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I think you make your own luck and it comes back. You know what I mean? Yep.
So what kind of charity work have you been doing down west that she's referring to?
What we do is, obviously I've been a chef for about 22 years, so the charity work was done in Ballydehob, where we came up with an idea called the Culture and the Kiwi, and we raised money for different charities. I think one was cancer research and for the local parish. So it was good. 180 people turned up, and we got local producers involved, and talked to them about their products in between the cooking demo. Yeah.
Nice one. Well, listen, it might be ironic for an Irish person to poke fun at anybody's accent. However, if anyone misinterpreted you there, you were a chef for 23 years. Did you make fish and chops?
Very good, very good. No, mate, I didn't. I've gone past that.
If anyone's wondering, that is the stock way to try to impersonate a Kiwi accent by saying fish and chops. But let's move on to the business. What's going on with the business? You've got pork scratchings, right? As a veggie, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Is it a pig scratching itself and you take little bits of that or something?
Well, the name of my product is called Scratch My Pork, which is quite ironic because it's the Kiwi the cheeky Kiwi coming out of me. But the pork scratch is a crispy new savoury snack on the market, and it's the crackling from the pork rind, and it's done with dry marinated rubs, and it's gluten, dairy, MSG, and no E numbers. So everything's free, and it's low carb, high protein. You know.
Nice one. Okay, there's a tasting going on in the Mardyke this Thursday at the same time as Colm O'Sullivan and Izzy Show Busy will be hosting their weekly quiz, which apparently is going down a bit of a storm there. So I guess you'll have a nice kind of captive audience there to check out your pork scratchings.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I mean, it's got kind of going back home, going back into the wool shed down there. So I'm sure there'll be a few toys new and a few beers flying around. So I'm looking forward to it. Actually,
it's an Aussie pub. Are they going to let you in?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They've kept me here in Ireland all this year because I can't get back into New Zealand now, so, you know.
Oh, is that it? You're barred. Well, listen, good luck with the business venture. How are you finding it we all hear about this quote-unquote recovery. Do you feel on the ground that the country is in a better place than it's been in recent years?
I think it is, and I think that the Irish people as well are doing it for themselves to kind of do it. It is hard, and I think it is on a recovery. And there's companies like Musgraves and Supervalu, the Food Academy, that are helping a lot of people out there as well, like, you know what I mean, with food and getting it out there and giving the local producers a big chance, you know.
Well, we're in a part of the world with some amazing local producers, as anyone who samples through the market, so kudos and credit to all, as mentioned there. Just finally, I've been lucky enough to have a spin around the North Island over a course of a week. Unfortunately, not enough time to check out the South Island of New Zealand, but the North Island looks a lot like Ireland in many places. Will that be fair?
Well, I don't know. You know what I always say? People say that it looks landscape-like, but I feel the people, the Kiwis and the Irish, are very similar. We laugh at each other, we have fun together, and we work together. And I think there's always been a connection that way. As far as the landscape, I think it's quite different. And I've lived here for 20 years, but it is green. Both countries are pretty green.
And there was a lot of sheep. That was the thing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. How do you know a Kiwi's been in your fridge?
Go on.
There's love bites on the lamb chop.
Matt Brownie, local legend at Dave Max Drive this evening. Thank you, sir.
Local legend.